Okay, we're staying local today. We're here at Titchmarsh. The plan was to film some dragonflies and butterflies today, but as you can see the weather is against us and we've arrived in the middle of a summer shower. But never mind, we're here now, so let's enter the reserve and see what we can see anyway. We had a lot of heavy rain last night, as you can see, and we've had a lot of rain on and off for the last few weeks or so, but there is brightness in the sky and a few patches of blue, so fingers crossed things will improve. But I'm going to take shelter in the north hide while the shower passes. So let's have a look, see what's out there. We've got a female tufted duck with some ducklings, and it's black-headed gulls on the island there. According to the forecast, things should improve, but at the moment it's quite cool and breezy. Looking up into the sky, we've got some swifts on the wing. Looking a little bit further out on the water there, I've got a great crested grebe, and in among the trees a grey heron. Okay, the rain seems to have stopped, so let's move on towards the river then. Just come across this cherry tree here, laden with beautiful red fruit. Never noticed that before. And overhead, I have a red kite. Just scanning the grasses and the nettles here for damselflies, or a certain type of damselfly that Titchmarsh is very good for, and there are a few about despite the wind. This is the banded demoiselle, so called because of the bluish black bands on the wings. These are the blue males, the females are green. Can't see any females around at the moment. Just carry on down by the side of the river then. Ground's not too bad here despite the rain, but as we progress it's getting a little bit more boggy. Looking out across the river there on the other side, a male blackbird and yet more male demoiselles and various assorted flies. I can hear a song thrush and blackcap in the bushes. Just approaching the heronry hide now. Had good views of kingfishers from here in the past, but not recently. Let's have a look, see what's on view from here. Got a distant pair of mute swan with young and a solitary coot, but this is a little bit more interesting. We've actually got great crested grebes in flight. And that's certainly something you don't see that often. I'm not quite sure what's happening here, whether they're two males and one male is sending another one off out of his territory, or whether it's just a male and a female, and the female's not particularly interested in the male's advances. I'm not quite sure. Okay, let's move on. As the day warms up, there's more and more assorted flies coming out. This is one of the many species of crane fly. And we were just saying we hadn't seen any butterflies, but we just come across these caterpillars. These are the caterpillars of the peacock butterfly. We've just got a couple of common tern just flew up from the other side of the river. Maybe they've got a nest over there. More and more blue sky appearing now. Lots of these lovely dog rows along the stretch, and we've actually got a bird on view. It's a male reed bunting. Sun really trying to burn through now. We've got some common blue damselflies here. Very difficult to get decent macro shots though with this breeze, and yet more male banded demoiselles. Ideally you need a day without any wind for decent macro filming, but that's not too bad. We've got various species of hoverfly around too. This is one of the larger ones, a bee mimic, and this is known as a pellucid hoverfly. And on the neighbouring flower we've got this variety of longhorn beetle. This is the rufous-shouldered longhorn beetle. Okay, through this gate And down this overgrown path is the South Hyde, the newly repaired South Hyde. Looks out over feeders and Old Winkle Lake and reed bed. No birds on the feeders at the moment, just a grey squirrel, indeed a pair of grey squirrel. We have got some birds, a female chaffinch and indeed a male chaffinch, and this is a newly or very recently fledged great tit. And in the bushes surrounding the feeders we've got a female great spotted woodpecker there, cracking bird days. And looking across about 20 yards away in the tree, the male, the red patch on his head. We've actually got some warblers coming into view now, very fleeting views of these reed warblers. And a blue tit. Okay, carrying on with the circular route around Titchmarsh, and the sun is really warm now. We're carrying on down the Nen Way part of the reserve, and it's always worth checking out these pylons for hobbies. None there today though, and we've got fleeting glimpses of butterflies in among the grasses there, mainly meadow browns I think, and either a large or a small white disappearing down the path there. And overhead, is this a hobby? And as I freeze the picture, yes it is. And as we walk on, we've got a great tit in the tree there, this time an adult. I'm almost back at the car park now, and at last a large dragonfly. Looks like this is a male black-tailed skimmer. And at last a female banded demoiselle. When I first saw this damselfly, I thought it was a female beautiful demoiselle, but they usually have sort of goldish wings. But sometimes when you see female banded demoiselles, they look a lot greener than this one. But I'm pretty sure it's got to be a female banded demoiselle. And I'll see you next time.